Hi guys, welcome back to the channel. I know so many of you over on TikTok have been blowing up the comments asking for this. So today we're finally doing some customer reviews analysis for it. But before we dive into that, be sure to check out this exclusive discount available for it. You'll find it in the description and in the first comment under this video. Now let's not waste any more time and jump right into the details. So this projector has been a pretty eye-opening experience for me. It is seriously bright, and the image just pops in a big room. HDR feels punchy, and the overall picture is sharp with solid color accuracy. Once you fine-tune a few knobs, I spent a lot of time juggling this against the XGIMI Horizon 20 Max, and while both are capable, this projector edged out in most everyday scenarios for my setup, especially once you're not fighting with edge cases like 21:9 anamorphic content. What really stood out is how easy the image is to dial in without turning the room into a calibration lab. The Valerion Pro2 has a cleaner color balance and less laser speckle than the XGIMI, plus noticeably lower RBE. It also runs a bit quieter most of the time, which matters when you're trying to binge a show or play a game in a quiet moment. Yes, the Sony was a step up in pure native 4K clarity and black depth, but you're talking about a much higher price, and for the price this one hits a sweet spot in terms of color, brightness, and overall mood of the picture. Build quality is clearly premium, though it does come with a bit of heft. The packaging is ridiculous in the best way. Triple boxed and very reassuring to unpack. The remote feels sturdy, though not all the backlit buttons are illuminated, which can be a tiny nuisance in a dark room. The design itself is cool and futuristic, like a compact heatsink, which I appreciated. Setups were mostly smooth, the throw distance and zoom work well, and the autofocus always screen alignment impressed me, especially when mounting upside down behind the room for a clean ceiling line. Where things get a little more practical is the interface and smart features. The Google TV experience is fine for Apple TV or a basic HDMI device, but I did run into some widescreen quirks with 235:1 content, and the OS itself can stretch or crop things oddly. Plex over this setup was a bit of a pain due to a 100 megabits Ethernet cap on the onboard controller, so I leaned on an Apple TV for most high bitrate streaming. The Apple TV app looks fantastic on this, and content scales nicely to the screen. If you're heavy on Plex or other streaming apps, you'll want a simple, reliable HDMI input solution in front of this. Gaming felt solid, rolly 17 milliseconds at 4K 60, which is perfectly usable for action titles, with even crisper response at 1080p. The 240Hz claim at 1080p is a nice bonus if you don't mind dropping to 1080p in fast-paced games. Bottom line, this projector is a strong all-arounder with impressive brightness, great color, and thoughtful design. If you're after a bright, easy-to-use laser projector with superb image quality at a reasonable price, this is a very solid pick. If your main priority is flawless widescreen compatibility or absolute native black levels, you might want to temper expectations or plan for a workaround. And that wraps up today's video. If you made it this far, thanks for watching. I really appreciate it. See you next time.